Epic Estate Talk Show movie review, World War Z. Let's get this started. With a $170 million budget and a runtime of 1 hour and 56 minutes, main character, Brad Pitt, plays a family man. He's a father to 2 daughters and has a lovely wife. It's not Angelina Jolie. It's a different actress. This movie starts out with a bang. He's in the middle of downtown. All of a sudden, it's a shitstorm. Everything starts happening. You have the crazy car wrecks, you have the zombies coming out of nowhere, you have the bites, you have the blood, and you have the shooting. He grabs his family and they escape. He's an ex-part of the government and he has some high up people. So he gives them a call. He's like, hey, you know what? We're in trouble. You gotta get us out of here. So they tell him, they're like, you know what? You got about an hour and a half, and we'll rendezvous and pick you up with a helicopter. So he pieces out to go find food and to help protect his family. All of a sudden, when he goes to get food, he goes to get replacement asthma inhalers for his daughter. Some other people steal the RV that they were in. So he's all of a sudden stranded without a vehicle. Calls the UN official guys that he knows. He's like, hey, we're stranded without a vehicle. We're in this apartment building. Pick us up from the roof. So he goes into this apartment block and he gets up a couple levels. All of a sudden his daughter disappears and he's screaming at this other door. This other door lets them in, and it's this other family that's kind of hiding. They get inside there, they get refreshed with food and water. Not that long, maybe half an hour to an hour. And then Brad Pitt's like, okay, movement is life. He offers to help the family move with them and protect them. They say no, so they leave. But all of a sudden, the zombies get this family. The little son escapes, runs upstairs, follows, and finds Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt is like, where's your family? No words were said. He knows what happened. They all go to the roof. Brad Pitt's protecting them all. The zombies start attacking them. Big shootout in the stairwell. Big epic scene of them getting on the helicopter and piecing out. So he goes back to the UN guys, talks to the people he knows, gets on the Navy ship to protect his family and to give them shelter. But then all of a sudden, the guy he knows is like, hey, you know what, you gotta help us out. And Brad Pitt has a choice, either to help them out or get flown to a camp in Nova Scotia to protect them. So obviously he decides to help out to protect his family on this ship because he knows that land is death. So he helps them out. And this is where things get even more ridiculous. He goes out with a scientist and a couple trained officers. They touch down in South Korea, where the first original cryptid message that said zombies was telegraphed or emailed. When they get there, it's super funny because when they get there, they're unloading off this aircraft super silently because they realize that these zombies, if you're loud, they're attracted to noise. Duh. So they're really, really quiet. Then all of a sudden a couple zombies come in. They shoot him up a little bit. But the scientist, he gets scared. He gets spooked. He tries to run back into the plane, trips, gun goes off, shoots himself, and he's dead. Brad Pitt runs to him. He's like, thinking to himself, really? I flew to South Korea to save the world with a scientist, and he kills himself. Shit happens, right? Shoots himself. They have to peace out. They run. They get shelter with the other army guys. And the story really, really escalates and becomes intense from here. Where Brad Pitt has to find out and discover, where did this outbreak come from? Brad Pitt's not a scientist. He has to figure this out all by himself. And lead his army, protect his family that's back on the ship. Because if he doesn't keep phone calling back to his family and back to the UN guys, they'll tell his family to get out of here to Nova Scotia to be in a protection camp, which would be a disaster. So Brad Pitt continues on his journey. The zombie scenes are amazing. The special effects, them running, just the movements of the zombies is so unique and so interesting and so intense that it's awesome. I loved it. I was intrigued throughout the whole thing. Never a dull moment. Great action movie, great zombie movie, solid storyline, and you know what? I was captivated throughout the entire thing. I highly recommend it to any moviegoer this weekend or even the weekend prior to that. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. I'd like to thank Paramount Pictures and Dennis Chin for allowing me to see this screening here on Monday. Really liked it. I'll probably see it again, and I know I'll definitely buy it. To everyone out there, hope you enjoy it too. Peace out. Epic Estate Talk Show, movie review, World War Z, an hour and 56 minutes. Awesome, not too long, not too short, very satisfying. Check it out. 9 out of 10. Boom.